Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about PSE bursts, why you should understand how PSE bursts work and how to take advantage of it in order to aid yourself in progression. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload PSO2 new Genesis content daily, so if you do play this game, I'd really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So first of all, I want to talk about the different zones. So for example, I am currently in South Alio. South Alio is an exploration zone, while Mount Magnus is a combat zone. In order to tell whether it's an exploration zone or a combat zone, you simply need to look at the top left corner of your map. You can see right here, there is 14 people out of 32 in this exploration area. Exploration areas have a maximum of 32 players, while combat zones are limited to 8 players. So at the moment there are 3 combat zones. The first one is Mount Magnus, the second one is the Laboratory Ruins, and the last one is the forest over here. So you can only get PSE bursts in these 3 areas. It is not possible to get a PSE burst in an exploration area, and it's really easy to tell whether you can or cannot get a PSE burst. As you can see here on the top left corner around my map, there is nothing indicating any PSE burst. However, when I come to a combat zone, which you can tell over here, as you can see the limit is 8 players, you're also going to notice there's a PSE Burst Meter. And when this meter reaches maximum, then a PSE burst will happen. However, if you take too long to kill the mobs, this gauge will slowly decrease over time. So what you want to do is you want to find a block with a lot of players so that you can constantly run around, kill mobs really quickly. You want to move as a group. You're going to notice there are a lot of symbols such as these little T symbols, and there will also be little E symbols. You want to gather as a group and move together towards these symbols and kill everything there in order to fill up this gauge as quick as possible. Now there will be times where you join into a combat zone and you're like, wow, there's only 2 out of 8 people. What you can do is you can come to the Ryuka device over here and go to room transfer. Coming to room transfer, and by changing same rooms in the same sector only, by turning this on, you're going to see all the different rooms of Mount Magnus. Now please keep in mind, you may not see these rank 2 rooms, mainly because the only way to unlock these rank 2 rooms is by completing the story. As you can see, it has a required battle power of 1184 before you can join these rank 2 rooms. So you do have to keep that in mind. So for most players out there, you're probably just going to see these rank 1 rooms which only require 894 battle power. So what you're going to do is you're simply just going to browse through this list and find a game with a lot of players. For example, this one has 6 players over here, so maybe I would join this one so that there are people already in this room so that you have a group to play with. The next thing you want to do immediately after you join a group is you want to invite them into your party, because in Phantasy Star Online New Genesis, when you're in a party, you get these passive boosts. You get increased EXP gain, you get increased rare drop rate gain, and you get increased Meseta gain. And in order to invite people in your party, you simply press escape, go to communications, and go to nearby characters. You're going to notice some players have white names and other players have blue names. The people with the blue names mean that they are already in a party. The players with the white names mean that they are not in a party. So you can see over here, Rukia is not in a party. I can left click on their name, go to party, and invite to party. And if they join, that's great. If they don't join, it's perfectly fine. You don't need to stress out over this. If people join your party, that's great. If they don't, it's up to them. But if they do join, everyone benefits from the EXP gain, the Meseta gain, as well as the rare drop rate increase, which is really good. Now the next most commonly asked question I get is, Kero, I have XYZ battle power, I'm level XYZ, where do I grind in order to level up faster as well as get better gear? Well, my rule of thumb is Mount Magnus, you're going to be farming here until level 10, alright? But you're not farming rank 2, you're going to be farming rank 1. You won't unlock rank 2 until you complete the story, alright? So just another, emphasis on that, because a lot of people are asking me, Kara, what is this rank 2 thing? To answer your question, it basically just boosts all the monsters level to level 15, so that the grind from level 15 to level 20 is easier, and you also get better loot, a ton of 3 stars, and once in a while you'll even get a 4-star. So back to the question at hand, Mount Magnus level 1 to 10. Laboratory level 10 to 15, Resil Forest level 15 to 20. However, once you're done with Laboratory over here and you're level 15, you should have enough battle power in order to do the story quest at Resil Forest to complete the story. Once you're done with the story, then you have the choice of farming at Reservoirs normally, so there's no rank on this as you can see, or you can farm at Mount Magnus rank 2, or you can farm at Laboratory rank 2. Alright, so these are your 3 choices after you hit level 15 and you're trying to progress to level 20, which is the maximum level. Now when a PSE burst happens, as you can see here, you'll see this giant PSE burst sign. You're going to see there's a big E with like a rainbow beam into the sky, and you're also going to notice your PSE burst here is rainbow colored. When there is a PSE burst, everyone should quickly group up to the PSE burst area and just kill everything. There's monsters that will constantly be spawning in this area, and you basically just want to keep killing them as fast as possible because you get extra loot, you get extra EXP, and just life is good. Alright, so basically you're just going to stay in this area. You're constantly going to be killing as many enemies as you can, and once the regular PSE burst ends, you're going to get a PSE climax where a boss will spawn, and you got to take that out as well. So you can see there's a silver Gara over here. Silver Garas actually drop silver weapons, which are really good for enhancing, and that is the difference between like the regular mobs as well as the silver mobs and the gold mobs. The gold and silver mobs will drop gold and silver weapons, which are good for enhancing. So you see over here, we are almost at the end of the PSE burst, and we are going to get a PSE climax very soon. A giant boss is going to jump down, and we're going to have to fight that next. All right, and here we go, PSE burst climax. So once this happens, a giant boss will spawn. As you can see here, we've got the silver Noleth, which is the silver dog. Basically, I just call it the silver dog, and we're just gonna go take it out now. So obviously the more people you have, the better it's going to be, because you're going to have more damage. As you can see in this room, currently it is only 2 people. It is me and Rukia, and we are dealing with all these mobs. But thankfully, because Rukia and myself are pretty strong, because we do have some old gear that we siphoned away from base PSO2, so we are doing good damage. And once he is dead, boom, they explode, and you automatically get a ton of gear. And that is it. The PSE burst has ended, and you repeat the cycle all over again. You just go over, you continue to follow the E symbols and the T symbols. So you can see there's an E symbol right there. So we just go there, kill all the mobs, then we wait for the next symbol to spawn, which is going to be a T or E, and we just keep moving as a pack. Alright, and you're just constantly going to be killing stuff over and over and over in order to get some high rarity weapons, so forth and so on. However, if you do obtain any of the gold or silver weapons, make sure to use these for enhancing. As you can see here, they have these ability details on the 3rd page where it says increases EXP earned by 450 when used as enhancement material. So especially when you're enhancing your 4-star weapons or even your 3-star weapons, using this will boost that enhancement by quite a lot and will save you a lot of minerals as well as Meseta, which is going to be very, very important. Now let's say you're trying to boost your battle power because you're 950 or maybe you're like 1100, and you're trying to get to that magical number of 1184 so that you can do the urgent quest, so that you can continue on the story, so forth and so on. While I know it's very tempting to just start enhancing your 3-star rarity weapons, I advise against it, because there are 4-star rarity weapons that are going to be a lot better than your 3-star rarity weapons. So if you must, like if you're really desperate for that extra 1 or 10 battle power, then sure, you can enhance your weapon to maybe plus 10 at most. For your 3-star rarity weapons, I really don't recommend enhancing further than plus 10. Mainly because by enhancing your 3-star rarity weapons, you're wasting a lot of Meseta, and you're also wasting a lot of minerals / ore. Your Meseta is your most valuable resource, especially in the early game, since the game has only been out for 2 days. This end Meseta thing is very, very valuable, especially if you're a free-to-play player. Now, if you're a premium member, it's not so bad because you can make your money back later, mainly because you can farm for 4-star rarity weapons later and put these onto the market in order to make some Meseta back. However, if you're fully free to play like myself, we cannot sell items on the player market. We can only buy items. So if you are free to play, please, please, please be very careful or very stingy with your end Meseta, because that is mainly going to be your biggest bottleneck. Now some of you guys may be asking, Kero, how do you have 641,000 Meseta as a free-to-play player if you're not selling stuff on the market? Well, it's actually quite simple. I haven't spent my Meseta on anything. If I needed anything, I farmed it for myself. I farmed everything by hand. I didn't buy anything from the market. And that is how I was able to save a lot of Meseta. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. Now before I end the video, I'm going to answer one more question, and that is, Kero, where do I get 4-star rarity units, 4-star rarity weapons, so forth and so on? In order to get 4-star rarity weapons, it's very simple. You're going to need to complete the story in order to unlock rank 2. And then you just do Mount Magnus on rank 2, or you do Laboratory on rank 2, and you'll get 4-star weapons really easily. They're not going to drop like candy, but I'm sure you'll get maybe 1 or 2 of them every hour. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!